Whatever Rada al-Saran and the Grey Host were
It'd be
planning,
for you.
I think the worst is behind us as far as Western Skyrim is concerned. With with Svargrim dead, their grip on the holds comes to an end.
So you're in charge of Solitude now, though, huh?
Not officially. At least I don't think so. I feel like the whole world's crumbling around me. But the city's still standing, so that's something. I'm more worried about our friends. We left Lyris and Fen to hold of a horde of Harrow fiends.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about that. Hey, they might be dead, right? No, they're probably fine.
Hopefully they were able to hold the courtyard and keep those monsters out of the city. You go on ahead and check on them. I need to collect myself. Solitude needs Princess Svanna now. And I'm not quite ready to be her.
Alright, find Lyris and Fen.
Thank you. Help them and anyone else as best you can. I'll do the same. Once you're done with them, I'll find you and we can figure out what to do next.
Hmm? Do you think there's the danger's past?
Gods, I hope so. Haven't we dealt with enough already? I need to see what happened firsthand. All the suffering and pain my father caused. I can't undo it, but I can make amends. Or at least try to.
Hmm? Alright. Alright, time to go see about our friends. We're probably all dead because of Harrowed.
DED.
This guy here, who's playing the fucking lute as the keep burns, playing the goddamn lute. You okay there?
Get out.
Come on, you're almost there. You're almost there. Ah, yay.
That's what I get for trying to jump from high places.
And there. What the? Above?
No.
Tell me truthfully, Lyris. How much of this blood is mine?
Not enough to be worried about.
Ben.
You did it. I shouldn't be surprised. But things were looking rather bleak before the clouds parted.
What happened to the horde of Harrow fiends there?
We held the gate as long as we could, but the Harrow fiends were a flood of claws and teeth. Once they burst through, Lyris cleaved through them like a scythe through wheat. But even she couldn't stem the tide.
What happened?
I'm not really sure. I kind of went wild. Let out my inner beast, as it were. I was rending and slashing. Then Lyris whacked me with the flat of her blade. At least that's the last thing I remember. Not my finest hour, but we survived.
So what now?
The elixir is my next priority, of course. As long as the Harrow Storms are still a threat, we need a defense against them. After that, I want to examine the records we took from greymoor Keep. I still think there's a cure for the Harrowed in there.
What about the Harrow fiends?
Sadly, I don't think there's any hope for them. Their life energy was sucked dry, turning them into feral beasts. Restoring them is beyond my capabilities, I'm afraid. At least with the Harrowed, they're not so far gone as to be a lost cause.
And will the elixir protect everyone else?
As soon as we produce enough of it, yes. We saw how it protected Svanna. Now, where did I put my flask?
Yes?
So, is it over? What happened to Svargrim? And where's Svanna?
Strabrim's dead. Zavala's fine, but she needs a moment. She asked me to check on you, though.
A parent's betrayal cuts deeper than a sword. But Svanna's strong. Stronger than she's been given credit for. And Solitude's going to need that strength in the coming days.
Mm-hmm. You think she can handle it, though?
If you told me the tavern rat we met at the Lonely Troll would become my choice to lead this land, I'd have called you mad. Then again, my king's a skald, so what do I know? Come on, there's probably something productive we should be doing.
What you have in mind?
Find out if everyone in the Hall of the Dead is all right. I'll make sure Castle Dower is secured.
What happened to the horde of Harrowfiends, though?
We did our best to hold the Harrowfiends inside Castle Dower, but nothing short of stone walls were going to keep those monsters from pushing through. Seemed like everyone I killed was replaced by 2 more.
So, how'd you stop them?
Almost didn't. We were nearly overrun before Fen went wild. I've never seen him like that, snarling and showing what a true vampire can do. Took the Harrowfiends by surprise and we routed them. I did have to thwack him to clear his head, though.
Whack.
Thwack. So Finn's a wild card in battle. Got it.
So it seems. So now to see the result of everyone else.
Yes.
Ha! Good to see you aren't raising bugs with Ismir just yet.
We saw the storm break, but we heard nothing since you departed from Blackreach.
Okay, so what happened?
I regret we didn't throw a parade to welcome you back, but I'll cheer enough for 100 souls if you tell me you put that backbiter of a High King to the sword. But what of Svanna? Is she?
She's alive. I can't say the same for the High King, though.
That's good, but a daughter shouldn't have to kill her own father. Svanna has my support, for whatever that's worth. She's going to need all the help she can get in the days to come.
Technically, we put the killing blow to it, but yep. So is she gonna be queen now?
Not until we hold a moot to support her claim, and we need more than a single Jarl for that to occur. If Svanna proves herself as the acting Jarl, they might look past her father's failings and make her the queen, eventually.
She's proven capable so far, right?
We can settle the matter of the crown when there's kingdom enough to rule. What remains of the holds are still ravaged by the harrow storms, and I doubt we've seen the last of the Grey Host, for that matter.
Hmm. Any word from your hold?
None good, but none bad either. My wife knows better than anyone how to care for our people. I trust she and my Thane to protect and care for Morthal in my absence.
Good to hear. Thane? Sort of thing?
We seem to have survived, thank the gods. I thought for certain we were all about to witness the end of the world.
Looks like Solitude weathered the storm, though.
No thanks to Svargrim, damn his eyes. After you and the princess went off to Blackreach, I gathered whoever we could and made our stand here in the Hall of the Dead. I'm just glad we don't have to be permanent residents.
So no major casualties then?
Far fewer than I feared when the storm began. Thanks to you and the princess. With the storm over and the Grey Host driven from Castle Dower, my soldiers will get the city back into shape. As long as no one else attacks us in the meantime.
Leave it to you.
They're here! They're at the gates!
The Grey Host? I thought we were done with them for now.
Not the Grey Host! The Skald King with an army from the east!
What treachery is this?
To the gates. We'll give the Skald King a proper welcome, one way or another.
Oh, that urine.
Am I drunk? Or is it
Goes up just at the wrong point in time.
Yes.
What do you want?
I got a feeling this is gonna be bad.
Is it ever good with him?
Stand down, you idiot!
No.
We come in peace.
Partner, could really use your help
Idiot.
for diplomacy right now. Speak to the Skull King before we start a war.
Sure save me from fools and prophets. Will no one properly greet a weary traveler?
Oh, God.
Oh, familiar face. Maybe you can talk some sense into these Western milk drinkers. We're not a damn invasion. We're here to help. Do you know what's going on?
Why the fuck did you walk into the goddamn city with an entire contingent of soldiers? Like, explain that. Okay, well, the Grey Host is behind the attacks in Witch of Skyrim. I can starve him. We had to kill him.
So the rumors are true? Svargrim joined the Grey Host?
Who told you that?
Ambitions, but to throw away his humanity like that, it's inconceivable. Svargrim once told me that he would die before welcoming me to solitude. I suppose he was right.
Yeah, Grey Host caused a lot of damage. He could really use some help here.
That's why I sent Lyris here in the first place. I'm not the king of these holds, though. I can't do anything if they refuse my help. Svargrim despised me. He would never accept my aid. But Svanna... here she comes now. Let's see what she has to say.
Whatever you think.
We have no need of help that involves welcoming your soldiers within our walls.
My walls, Jarl. My father may have been willing to slap aside a helping hand, but I'm not. Permit me a word with your envoy, Skald King.
It's a weird position.
I haven't seen Princess Svanna since we were children. She's changed much since those days.
You knew her?
I saw her once, a long time ago. There was some brief moment in my childhood where it seemed like reconciliation between our homelands seemed possible. Might have been a dream. It vanished just as quickly.
Yeah, an arranged marriage? That kind of makes sense. Do you know why?
I think it wasn't long after my father became High King. I only remember a foggy day of children's games with the princess, a joyless feast, and a swift departure. It might have gone differently if our parents joined us making castles in the snow.
Mm-hmm. Lyris?
Now we're finally getting somewhere. Help Svanna clean up this mess as best you can.
Yep.
Thank you for holding the line, I mean. I'm ready to do what I should have done a long time ago. To do what my father never could. I'll speak with the Skald King. There's one more thing I'd like you to do while I entertain our guests.
What's that?
We saved Solitude, but our war with the Grey Host is far from over. We need Fenn's elixir more than ever. With that, and King Yoren's help, we might just push these monsters back into their grave for good. Check on Fenn's progress, please.
Anything else?
That depends on Fenn. If there's anything standing in his way, let me know. And I'll do everything in my power to get him what he needs.
I'll speak to Fenn.
Fenn is with old Mjolnir at the Mages Guild. When you're finished with him, join me in the courtyard of the Blue Palace. I'm going to hold a moment of remembrance for this city. We all need a moment to mourn what we lost.
And you guess?
I'm going to invite the Skald King to join us. If the people of Solitude see him bow his head along with the rest of us, they may not care about the divide between the East and the West.
Mm-hmm. Sort of thing.
Clasping arms with Easterners. There's been enough death for one day.
Oh?
So we're to bow our heads with the Skull King? Perhaps the poets prepared a dirge. Pleased to see
Why does
you in
everybody hate
solitude,
the Skull
stranger.
King?
He basically usurped his brother and took over the throne in kind of a what was seen as a power play, basically.
He seems pretty cool though.
He used to go to the he is a bard too. He used to go to the he went to the Bard's College here and all that, right? Under like an assumed name. Became a bard, came back later, basically took over for his brother and usurped him from his power after his his sister and his mother died in an attack, which made him like go off on this like rampage. They also didn't like the fact that he joined forces and made the Ebonheart Pact. Oh, it's back here?
Yeah.
See, the Westerners don't think they should have anything to do with the Three Banners War.
I see.
Yeah, it was also a duel on the Nord Skyrim Mall, yep.
What the heck?
Where are you?
Downstairs?
Below, yep. He's a vampire, but he's like staying down low.
Ingenious. A rare thing to find an elf with the makings of a clever woman.
Despite what my kin might proclaim, it's not all in the blood. Ah, good, you're here. We've made a breakthrough.
What's that?
I was just discussing a theory with Mjolnir, and it seems like we're very close to turning this elixir into a true restorative.
Meaning what? You're gonna restore the Hierophants?
A cure. Singolis's research on the Netherroot showed me just how it weakens the connection between a body and soul. Thus far, I've been able to inure a person to the root, but now I'm certain I can use that knowledge to heal those weakened bonds.
Mm-hmm. So how quickly can you produce this?
Well, it is just a theory at this point. There's a lot more testing and experimentation to be done before we can produce a viable antidote. Weeks, optimistically?
Oh, grand. Thank you for the... Prime is up again. Oh, thank you for the resub, man. Savannah needs your elixirs now. You asked me if you could make sure everything was going smoothly.
I know. We can't simply put things on hold. Mjolnir and I have a batch brewing right now, and materials to keep producing for another day. Ingert's promised us a steady supply of Arcase oil, but that's not our limiting factor.
What's the problem?
We know enough about Singolis's refinement processes to replicate his methods, but we still need a source of Netherroot to do so. Tell Svanna that if she can keep us supplied, we can produce enough elixir for all the holds in a matter of weeks.
Any idea where we can get it, though?
We can ransack Greyhost's stockpiles, or mount an expedition into Blackreach. Otherwise, it would take decades of work to produce a proper crop. After we get the elixir squared away, we'll turn our attention to curing the Herald.
Did Tizzy's notes tell you any more about the Grey Reliquaries?
Indeed. As I surmised, the Grey Reliquaries contained the remains of ancient Greyhost warriors. They served as a connection to the souls trapped in Cold Harbor. Using the energy from the Harrowstorms, the souls were pulled into the stone husks.
And what's the purpose of those stone husks?
I believe the stone husks are incubators of a sort. The physical forms of the Grey Host are reincorporated within the stone vessels, through a mix of Singolis's alchemy and sorcery, and the magic of the Ice Reach witches. When whole, they burst free.
We didn't see a whole lot, though.
I have seen many things in my time, but never could I have predicted I would soon train adepts of the Mages Guild in the arts of my ancestors.
Why are they doing that?
This is an institution of elves. They know nothing of the soul of the world. Here, magic is a thing to be measured and weighed. Mages know. They do not feel.
Oh, why teach them then?
Necessity and a hope they can learn. If we're to brew enough elixir for everyone in the kingdom, it will take all the herb grinders in the holds. Here at least they know how to use a mortar and pestle.
Good?
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
The maximum of Jordan and his brother. Yeah. Basically, the duel, his brother got lost, got exiled, and Joran got king.
This way?
But the main trigger was definitely the oh, okay. They were at the gate before, and now they're here.
Weird.
Just expect everyone to stay in the same place. Oh, look, all our friends are here too.
Yes.
Did we talk to everyone?
Yeah.
I was
be
hoping
good
you'd
idea.
return before we began. Tell me you've got good news.
Praise the divines for sparing Solitude. I have enough souls to mourn today.
Mm-hmm. High Priest?
Surely the gods sent you to Western Skyrim. May Arcade grant you the strength to strike down every last one of those fiends of the Grey Host.
I am a vampire, you know. Lady?
My friend, you have done so much for the holds of Western Skyrim. I fear it is a debt that can never be repaid. And bringing Freywin back to us, you will always have my thanks.
How things been?
Freywin's return is a blessing. Some have just taken longer to understand that. Sadly, there are no balms for broken trust.
Axer?
I won't let what happened to Carthwatch happen anywhere else. If the Reachmen think they can take my homeland, I have an axe that will teach them otherwise.
What are you gonna do now?
I must find a new home for my brothers and sisters of Carthwatch. My brother Fenrir spoke to Jarl Redhan. It may be that we settle in Morthal. I think Bjorra would prefer the high walls of Solitude, though. Wherever we go, we'll stick together.
Mm-hmm. Bjorra?
We've had a long road from Carthwatch to here, but all of us survived the journey unharmed. We are together, thanks to you. Our town may be gone, but thank the gods Solitude didn't suffer a similar fate.
What became of Carthage?
Our town is lost. I've heard stories of towns left empty and untouched after fire, sickness, or storm. I don't see Carthwatch's fate being any different. As for the hold, I suspect the Reachmen take control. There's no one left to fight back.
Any more visions?
Nothing new, thank the Eight. But the memories of what those witches put in my head still haunts me. What could it mean? The sisters I believed I am descendants of some rich hero, but I have no interest in that. As far as I care, I am a Nord.
Mm-hmm. Quick moment. Quick moment. What I guess? Medina.
The bastards who did this. I'm sorry we didn't get a chance to make them pay for it. But we're done chasing ghosts below ground for now. We're here to help however we can.
What are you gonna do after this?
Once we help the people of Solitude get back on their feet, I imagine we'll go back to Blackreach. Though our initial investigation didn't reveal anything supernatural, there is still much to uncover and explore. I do not believe our work here is over.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
As soon as we heard the news, Claudina insisted we come to offer whatever aid we could. Once again, you have proven yourself to be incredibly brave and downright fearless. If there's anything I can do to help, just ask.
What you and Claudina gonna do next?
Claudina seems intent on going back to Blackreach. After we help the poor people of this place rebuild, we'll head there. Spirits may not have been the culprits of what happened in Dusktown, but that doesn't mean they aren't down there.
Okay. I think you just head over to the next thing. Do you recommend we go to do side quests before doing the main quest? Yes. You want to hear about all these other stories here, and you won't hear it unless you do it. Bog?
The only proper thing to do at a memorial service is drink to the memory of the lost.
Oh, Bog. Yes.
Not sure we have enough stock for all that.
Aw.
Ina acts like I'm made of glass these days, but I feel stronger than ever. I may have injured my arm, but I can still help Solitude.
How things have been since Dragonbridge?
Better without those Reach bastards crawling through our tunnels like rats. The bridge still stands, thanks to you. And with the strain taken off our operation and the garrison, we're free to help out around here.
Mm-hmm. Anna?
You've got a habit of saving people in places, don't you? I'm not complaining, of course, merely observing. I've certainly got my work cut out for me here anyway. Doing the only good I know how.
Which is?
Boosting morale, of course. With the mess in Dragonbridge cleaned up, I've been getting my regular shipments again, which means mead, and a lot of it. I may not be much good at rebuilding, but I know how to keep cups flowing.
Okay.
Looking around Solitude, it puts what happened at Dragon Bridge in perspective. I think the Western Holds owe you more than they know.
How's the garrison holding up there?
Well enough. They're tired but managing. I think everyone here feels the same. Looks like we could all use a drink. Luckily, Ina's here to help.
Alright. Captain.
We heard what
Oh.
happened to the city, my friend. After everything you've done for my crew, it seemed only right that we come to offer our help.
What have your crew have been up to since the last we met?
Trying to get things up and running again. We're still searching for a shipwright to make the necessary repairs on the Silver Cormorant, but her sailing days are far from over.
Mm-hmm. The people trapped in the ice there.
As soon as we heard you were caught up in everything going on in Solitude, Captain Malvok had us set out straight away. You may not sail with us, but you're crew, and we look after our own.
What are you gonna do after all this?
We'll have a proper funeral for our lost crew when we return home. Eventually, we'll refit and continue our work. A little older and wiser, I suppose.
You gave those grey host bastards a good fight. I'll give you that.
What are you gonna do now?
My people need me. There are still those who endure countless horrors at Greymoor Keep. I want to be there for them when they escape. And I vow to better understand this werewolf-vampire alliance so I can help put an end to all this suffering.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything... There's still other things that can... Sorry. There's still others held in captive in Greymoor Keep, then? Yeah.
The flow of escapees to our grotto is
Bad
slow
luck.
but steady. Word of our community spread quickly. That is why I stay here instead of returning to my home. I can't bear the thought of anyone facing this darkness alone.
And what are the others afflicted?
The cure will take time to spread, but once it starts, the effect will quicken. Hopefully a few more of our fallen friends will return to us. It won't be easy by any means, but now that we can cure the infection, we have a way to move forward.
Mm-hmm. Rainer?
Mother always told me stories of growing up in solitude, but I never expected it to feel like this. All these people, and buildings are so close together. How does anyone live here without feeling trapped?
How are you feeling?
As funny as it is to say, out of place. I spent so long in exile. I'm happy to be home. Mother has been so kind to me, but there is so much I need to mend with her, with my father. But I'm here, thanks to you. We all are, as I hear.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Jarl... Can I talk to you?
The Jarl you need to speak to. The longer you keep Svana waiting, the more anxious this crowd will get.
You say this is Jarl? Sort of thing?
The Skald King welcome to the Blue Palace with open arms? Svargrin would be spinning in his grave, if he had one.
Gonna get disgraced now? Priest?
After everything I've seen, I can no longer place my faith in Meridia. But I refuse to abandon my friends.
What happened in the... what will happen there?
We will attempt to seal the temple and purge the corruption. If it were up to me, I would leave it in ruins.
Oh. Pickle? Did you see what we could do with Pickle?
Yes, I petted Pickle twice.
Good Pickle. Good Pickle.
Pet the Pickle.
Virgil!
Solitude's had a rough time of it. Talene and I were planning on heading to Somerset, but I think we could both do some good work here. We can help rebuild and make the city better than it ever was.
So what are you gonna do after this, even though you just told us?
My thirst for adventure was sated during our time in Lightless Hollow, I assure you. After we help the people here, I fully intend to give Talene a few years of uneventful bliss. Maybe we'll start for Somerset again. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you certainly keep busy. I'm sorry for the loss these people have suffered. My husband and I would like to help however we can. It might not be the retirement I envisioned for us, but it's the right thing to do.
So what are you gonna do after this?
If I can
We already
convince
said.
Virgil, I'd like to take him to Somerset.
I fear he'll get bored with nothing to do, but perhaps you really did cure him of his appetite for adventuring.
After he saw what we did here? Prince?
The people appear apprehensive of our presence here, but no one has voiced their dissent. That's reassuring.
Skull King.
Proper having a
You're in.
for Svargrim? I haven't attended one of those since I snuck into Solitude as a young man. Not the most auspicious start to Svanna's rule, but it'll teach her wisdom.
It's so fucking full of it. Actually, don't know how you doing.
Walker, you and Fenorian did well to stop the traitor king. We will make sure no other threats befall the city. We swear it.
Was Ravenwatch planning then?
Rada El Saran is still out there, and eventually he might try something like this again. Solitude may be safe, for now, but wherever he strikes next may not share the same fortune.
Bendis?
Nothing like standing in a crowd of Nords who barely survived a brush with vampires to make you miss Ravenwatch Castle, eh?
So you're gonna stay here? You're staying in Skyrim for a while?
We've been told to hold position and monitor the Grey Host's activities, though I'd wager you've done most of the heavy lifting already. It'll very nearly be a bit of a holiday after everything else that's happened.
Mm-hmm. Can we pet? No, we cannot pet. Ooh, Chief.
You have shown yourself to be a true warrior, not only at Mor Khazgor, but here too. My clan is eager to repay you and help these people. We know they're suffering all too well.
Do you? You didn't even have to deal with the vampires or werewolves. Alright, I'm gonna go talk to, Savannah now.
Yes.
I feel a lot better delivering a speech about healing and hope, knowing that we're on the road to recovery. What did Fen have to say about the elixir?
Says he's making it as we speak, but he needs more netherroot.
Not the best news, but I'll take it. So long as we have enough to protect our soldiers, we have a fighting chance against the Grey Host. I'll go to the Undergrove myself if that's what it takes.
Ben also believes we can make a cure for the Harrowed, too.
Now that would be cause for celebration. If he can really bring back even a fraction of those we lost to the Harrowstorms, I'm willing to try. That's all I needed to hear. We should begin the ceremony before the crowd grows more restless.
Oh, what do you have planned?
Nothing fancy, just a traditional Nord wake. To mourn and celebrate those we've lost, and cherish the lives we still have. I'd like you to join us.
I guess we can.
None of us would be here to sing dirges for the dead or celebrate the living if not for you.
That's right.
I wouldn't be here, ready to lead my hold. You've supported me since I started down this path. I'm honored to have you here at the end.
All right.
Sons and daughters of Skyrim, we have the honor today of remembering the dead.
Honor
to the fallen.
Sons and daughters of Skyrim, our trials were fierce, but we are still here.
We stand and we remain.
Now, we raise our voices to tell Sovngarde of the coming of the worthy dead, and to tell the world that the Nords are still here. We are still standing.
The fallen now march home to hallowed halls, to join our ancestors in boundless drink and song and brawls. Let sound the horns, let peal the bells, let loose the ancient hymn. We will remain until time ends, we children of Skyrim.
Up it down, you'll wake the dead.
Who the fuck was that? You didn't hear that guy saying, keep it down, you'll wake the dead?
No.
What the fuck was that?
I didn't hear that.
I definitely heard I heard somebody say, keep it down, you'll wake the dead.
I have no idea.
I can't think of a more fitting send-off for my father than Nords of both kingdoms mourning side by side. Skyrim may be divided.
Proper Nordic rumor, yep.
But at least our honored dead are united in Sovngarde.
The honored dead, yes, but not your father, right? Which plan's going forward?
Joran, Redharn, and I need to form a plan to distribute Fenn's elixir and push back against the Grey Host. And acquire more netherroot, it seems. There's a lot to be done, but I'm surrounded by good people. I trust we'll get through this together.
Anything I can help with?
I can't leave everything to you, you know.
No, you can't.
I probably could. But even Isgramor took a rest now and again. Let us shoulder the burden for a while. I'm sure I'll need to call on you again soon enough.
So you're gonna take over as High Queen then?
I don't know. It's not important, not right now. What matters is rallying the people against the enemy, our real enemy. If that means seeking the crown, then I'll do what needs to be done.
Do you think Sovrim will pass on to Sovngarde there? Oh, no, wait.
I can't. Sovngarde is a place for the honored dead. Svargrim gave up his seat in the Hall of Valor when he made his pact with the Ashen Lord. Wherever he is, I hope he regrets how he got there.
Anything there's?
I'm glad to be done with this. Diplomacy and investigation aren't my favorite pastimes. They seem to suit you, though. You stepped up to the task better than I could have hoped.
You're gonna be leaving it now?
I'll be staying so long as Joran's here. Or until I can persuade him to send me after Rada al-Saran. That leech owes a lot of blood to us, and I intend to squeeze it out of him. We have to find him first.
Give me a lead?
Whatever his plans were after sacking Solitude, we haven't uncovered them. With any luck, the Skald King will send me on a raid of the Grey Host, and I can beat some answers out of a few of them.
Let me know if you do.
Count on it.
Anything new to say, Jaron?
In their own way, the people of Western Skyrim are as strong as the Nords of the East. Even after so much suffering, they still stand against the howling wind. We shall do everything within our power to help them recover.
Think she's ready to rule over Western Skyrim?
Blood alone does not make one worthy to rule a hold, let alone an entire kingdom. The princess will lead for now, but many questions must be answered before the Jarls crown a new ruler of Solitude. That's what a moot is for.
So what are you gonna do now?
If Princess Svana agrees, I want to bring more of my people from Eastmarch to help restore Solitude and the Western Holds. My retinue is too small to deal with everything. We need more hands.
Will the people of Western Skyrim accept help from Eastmarch?
All I can do is to offer my aid in good faith. Whether they decide to grab my hand or to slap it away, that's up to them. Despite our differences, I love this land. It's as much Skyrim as my beloved Eastern Holds. I would not see it suffer.
Think they're going to be able to reconcile, though?
Today, no, the time isn't right. As for the future, who can say? Svargrim was never interested in finding a path to reconciliation. Princess Svana isn't a father, that much is clear. So I suppose I can hope.
My heart goes out to these people. We are no strangers to conflict back east, but none of our holds have been ravaged by the kind of devastation brought by the Grey Host. We are fortunate that you stopped them.
You're really impressive. Really stepped up and helped the kingdom.
So I've heard. The princess has come a long way from the girl I met so long ago. And I've changed as well. I'm not quite as obnoxious and close-minded as I was when my father first formed the Ebonheart Pact. At least I try not to be.
You think there's going to be a way they can unite East and West?
If the princess remains in charge of the Western Holds, I think the chances of true reconciliation are good. My father will certainly do everything he can to make that happen. And so will I. Princess Svana, she's become a very impressive woman.
Something's rising up there, huh?
I hadn't had a moment to honor the fallen of Morthal since you came to my doorstep. Kind willing, they made their passage to Sovngarde.
Okay, we returning?
When things are settled here, Jarl March has weathered these storms better than Hafengar and Carthol. If we can keep the kingdom from complete collapse, it's worth a few weeks away from my home and hearth.
Alright, alright. Magister?
We made it through, if barely. When the clouds began to gather over Castle Dower, I feared I'd have to witness... Thank you for stopping it. I don't know that my heart could bear another Carthwatch.
Gonna become a Carthwatch now. We're gonna remind you all over again about what you just lost.
The rest of Carthold fared as poorly as its capital. The hold has been laid to waste, its people dead or scattered. With so few left to rebuild and resettle, I fear the Reachmen will come to claim it long before the Nords set roots there again.
What are you gonna do then?
I have already pledged myself to Svanna. I will serve as her court mage. I hope to counsel her better than I did Jarl Olfwen. For now, I've used my status in the Mages Guild to solicit their aid in producing the Harrowstorm elixir.
Hmm. Priest?
After everything I've seen.
Oh.
My friend.
Mrog?
We all lost someone today. A comrade, a father, a friend. I'm fortunate enough to have gained a good leader, at least. Well, we all have.
Gonna stick by her?
Who do you take me for? It'd besmirch my reputation to abandon a kingdom in such desperate need of cheer. Mog does not leave a place less joyful than he finds it. I'll be coordinating morale efforts from the Lonely Troll if you need me.
Don't ever change. I think we're forgetting somebody. Oh, Finn.
Guardian.
Wait, where's Finn?
He was back at the Mages Guild, right? He wasn't coming to this, so...
Oh, yeah, that's right.
See if he's got anything to say now that that's all over.
What is it?
The elixir has started being distributed. That should protect the holds from the Harrowstorms. My compatriots from House Ravenwatch are already on the trail of Rada al-Saran. Somewhere in the Reach, I think. They'll send word when they know more.
Alright, so that's the end of the current greymoor chapter in the quest.